about the what if situations and things like that. So I hope that you will find it interesting and learn perhaps something. So in English, we have actually, well, we can say 5 types of different conditionals, and we will go through them today. So here is just like an outline of them. So you've got the type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, and of course you've also got the mixed conditionals. And we'll go through all of them with examples, when to use them, why use them, and so on. So here we go. Okay, so the first conditional is the 0 conditional, which is kind of not a conditional because it is a fact. There's no condition. This is always true. And this one is used to describe scientific facts or generally known truths or events and other things that are always true. Now, I've tried to use the same example for all the conditionals, so you can perhaps feel the difference in these sentences, their meaning, so that you get a feel of it. So the example is like this: if she goes in the cave, she dies. So for example, we are playing a video game, and if our character, a lady or a woman or a girl, if she goes in the cave, she dies. This always happens over and over again. Whenever I play the game, if she goes in the cave, she dies. So it is a fact that is always true. Some other examples could be like a red light comes on if you press the button. And because this is so certain, there's really no condition, you can also replace the if with when. So this is just simply, this is the way it is. So we can easily say, when she goes in the cave, she dies. So this was always going to happen. So for this 0 conditional, we use present tense. We can use present simple. We can also use present continuous. For example, if I am jogging, I'm listening to music. So this is what always happens. This is what I always do when I jog. Then we have the first conditional. So the first conditional has an open condition. So it is something that can happen, perhaps will happen, we don't know. And it usually refers to the future, whereas the 0 conditional refers to the present. Well, it kind of refers also to the past and the future because it is always true. So this one refers to the future. This is something real and possible situations in the future if something, happens. So the main part is, of course, some type of future tense. Will future, going to future, if you are really certain that this will happen, and the if part is in present. So for example, you are playing the game at the moment, you are talking with your friend, and the friend says, oh, why don't you let her go in the cave? Why don't you let her go and take a look in the cave? I will say in this case, no, if she goes in the cave, she will die. I know that this will happen. So I am talking about the future, predicting what will happen. Some other examples are, she will get angry if I'm late for the party, or if we get the money, if we have enough money, we will buy a new car, or we will go on a trip. Will you help Amanda if she asks you, or something like that. So we are talking about conditions, things that will happen, could happen, might happen, are going to happen in the future. Then we have the type 2 conditional, and this one also refers to the present. So we're back at the present, but this one is kind of more unreal, unlikely with regard to the present or future. So this is just some type of what if situations, and usually this type of conditional is very much used in opinion essays when you are talking about your opinion on things. If, I don't know, if there was no electricity in the world, what would happen? Things like that. So all kinds of what if situations play into this conditional. So here my example is perhaps not that good because the video game is, ongoing, always true. And this one is perhaps somewhat more unrealistic, right? But I can still perhaps use it. So for example, if she went in the cave, she would die. So this is a little bit more unlikely to happen. You know, it is just a chance. I'm just talking about that this could happen if she went in there. For the main part of this conditional, we use the would plus infinitive, and the if part is in the past. So it's in past simple or also in the past continuous. Some other examples which are perhaps better suited for this conditional are if he were rich, or if I was rich, he'd buy an island, or I'd buy a car, I'd buy a house, something. If you left now, you'd catch the bus. And also we use this one for polite requests, but this is very, very formal. I would be grateful if you helped me. He would be so pleased if you called him or came to his birthday party. Or also if we are talking about these, like I said, what if situations. If I were you, I would call him. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. If I was in his place, I wouldn't say these things, something like that. The last one, well, kind of the last one, is the third conditional, which is perhaps the most difficult one to learn because it is so unreal and so, you know, closed in a way. So this is a closed condition. It is a kind of missed opportunity, missed possibility, something that has happened in the past and we can't change it. But we can think about how it could have gone differently. Yes. So here my example is not really about the video game anymore, but we can pretend that, you know, this could have happened in the past to someone. So the example is, if she had gone in the cave, she would have died. So I'm talking about the past. Luckily, she didn't go. She is alive. But if she had gone, she would have definitely died. I don't know, perhaps out of hypothermia or some animal attacked her or something like that. But this is something that could have happened in the past, but fortunately didn't. Some other examples are, they would have finished earlier if the meeting hadn't been held so late. If she hadn't gone on the plane, she wouldn't have died. Would you have helped me back in the day if I had asked you? So this is all in the past. They also kind of indicate some kind of regret or perhaps something fortunate that didn't happen, right? So the main part is would plus perfect infinitive, and the if part is in past perfect. So we are way in the past with this one. And then the last, well, kind of conditional, it's not really a new one or another one, it's just a mixture of the ones that we've mentioned, are the mixed conditionals. So these types of conditional sentences mix different types of the above mentioned conditionals, and here we have a few combinations. So either the condition emphasizes the result in the present, or the present day condition emphasizes the result of the action in the past. So it's kind of 3 + 2 or 2 + 3 conditional. Again, here my example is not perhaps that great, but you get the idea. If she had gone in the cave, so in the past, if she had gone in the cave, she would be dead. So the result in the present would be that she is dead. Or if she hadn't gone to see him in the past, she would still be alive today. And then you have the other way around. So I would buy a house by the sea. So now I would buy the house in the sea, at the sea, by the sea, or in the future I would buy a house by the sea if I had won the lottery. So if I had won the lottery back then, or if I had got my inheritance, I don't know, 2 years ago, I would buy a house today. Their team would have scored more, or they would have won, I don't know, yesterday, last week, if they were good players. They are simply not good players, so the condition is in the present. They are not good players, and they hadn't scored because they're not good players. So the result is in the past. So these are the two types of mixed conditionals that we see. So this is all on conditionals. Here I have some prompts so that you can continue these conditionals, so you can finish them off. Think about which conditionals are they. So you've got 1, 2, I don't know, think about it. Like I said, try and use them. It is always, conditionals are great to use in essays, when you are talking about opinions, when you are debating, when you're trying to make predictions about your life, I don't know, about someone else's life, about technology. So it's a great way to express your opinions, your ideas, possibilities, things like that. So please make sure to use them. Okay, have a great day, and I will see you next time.